I hope you're having a great day. Today I want to talk about a problem that plagues millions of people across the world. And it's not just an aging problem when it comes to the color of your hair. Today you have young children, you have young teenagers, you have young adults who have graying of the hair. They have white hair. Now there's no problem as we're aging gracefully. We should accept that the color of our hair is going to change. It may become gray, it may become white, and there's nothing wrong with graceful aging. We should accept it. We should not resist what nature does for us. We're going to understand today why hair becomes gray or hair becomes white. But my point of that, besides accepting it if we're aging gracefully, if you are graying at a young age, if you have white hair at a young age, what is your body trying to tell you? Okay, everything in life doesn't have to be accepted. Sometimes we can see these symptoms as a warning. Is it trying to tell us we have a deficiency? Is it trying to tell us that we have certain nutrients and trace minerals that we need? And if it's affecting the color of our hair, what else is it affecting in the human body? Is early graying and early white hair telling us that we may have an autoimmune condition? Is it telling us that we have too much of chronic stress or sleep deprivation or lack of blood circulation because we have a sedentary lifestyle? That's what we're going to look at today. So once again, I'm going to repeat, as you're aging gracefully, there is nothing wrong with white hair. It's a beautiful part of aging. Accept it. Make peace with it. If it's happening according to nature, but if it's happening because you have deficiencies or your lifestyle is poor, if it's affecting your hair, it's also affecting other parts of the human body. So we're going to start with the graying of hair. There's a difference between gray and white hair, like the color difference. We're going to talk about gray hair first. There is a lack of essential minerals. What are these essential minerals? And let's first understand what happens. Graying and whitening of hair is a normal process of aging, but today most of us are aging faster than we should because of poor lifestyle. We have millions of hair follicles, and these hair follicles contain a pigment called melanin. As the melanin reduces, the hair starts to change color. There is pigmentation, like you have pigmentation in your skin, and it can change your color. It can get darker, it can get brighter, and likewise with the hair follicles. If we lose melanin, it starts to gray or it can start to get white. So as we age, automatically these hair follicles start to lose its natural pigment called melanin. Now, what happens when our lifestyle is poor? When we're constantly consuming junk food, when we are constantly consuming white sugar and refined products and ultra-processed foods that are filled with chemicals, we start the aging process. We start the inflammatory process. We start the stress process, not just external stress and emotional stress, but yes, processed food creates a stress called inflammation on every one of your cells. Today we're talking about the hair follicles, which are in millions. When we have a nutrient deficiency, junk food doesn't contain copper, it doesn't contain B vitamins, it doesn't contain iron, omega-3, and iodine. These are some of the minerals and vitamins that you need for black hair, or whatever hair yours is. If you're a natural blonde, if you're a natural redhead, for your natural pigmentation, we need these minerals. If we lack any of these essential minerals or all of these minerals, at a young age, we can start to have gray hair, we can start to have white hair. I'm going to talk to you about the foods that are rich in all of these minerals, because a lot of people pop all of these supplements thinking the hair is going to get better. While supplementation can help at some time, supplements without changes in your lifestyle is useless, like allopathy. Allopathy without changes in your lifestyle is useless. Homeopathy, Ayurveda, naturopathy without changes in your lifestyle and only popping those medicines is absolutely useless. Let's first talk about stress. Because yes, I don't mean to put fear into you, but you gotta know the truth. Chronic stress is the #1 reason after a deficiency of essential nutrients. And we're gonna understand how it happens, because a lot of people today say everything is blamed on stress. But if stress is causing the problem, well, that's your truth. You gotta accept the bitter, ugly truth. When you are chronically stressed, you release a chemical. You release a hormone called norepinephrine. Norepinephrine basically damages your melanocyte cells. These are stem cells. You've heard of stem cells, right? So you have melanin and you have melanocyte. These are stem cells that produce the quality of your hair. Stem cells are released by your bones, and that without stem cells, you're dead. It's as simple as that. So when you look at a 4th degree or a 3rd degree burn patient where the burns have reached the bones, usually recovery is very difficult. Why? Because if the bones are damaged, you can no longer produce stem cells. And without stem cells, you cannot live. So when the stem cells within your hair follicles start to get damaged, it displays. That is how stress is affecting our children, teenagers, young adults, and it's not just the elderly people who have graying hair. You come across young people today who have these problems. So stress, big problem. But that's not alone. Sometimes it could be genetic. It could be highly genetic, and no matter what you do, if you have that gene in you, there's a high chance that your graying or whitening of your hair could be because of genetics. It can be because of a hormonal imbalance. Now, a hormonal imbalance is also caused because of nutrient deficiencies, lack of exercise or too much of exercise, sleep deprivation, and chronic stress. So you see, everything leads to the same problems of disease, suffering, pain, discomfort. Let's get back to it. Constipation. Chronic constipation can cause the graying and the whitening of hair. Okay, we'll talk about the whitening of hair later, but the graying of hair. Anemia, in a deficiency of iron. When you have low ferritin levels, when your hemoglobin is low, when you have something called anemia, you can have early graying of hair. The side effects of certain medications, which is why it's always important to check with your doctor. Don't just take the pills. Also know about the side effect of your pills, because there is always something that you can do to manage the side effects of your medication. Certain treatments like chemotherapy and radiation over time will also cause premature graying of hair or the whitening of hair. Now let's come back to those foods. What is a rich source of copper? We've spoken about this before. Waking up in the morning and drinking water out of a copper bottle or a copper jug or a copper cup where you have water. But what's bad is drinking out of a copper mug or a copper flask throughout the day. That's too much of copper. Too much of copper is also a problem because it works synergistically with zinc. So if you have too much of copper, your zinc falls. And you also need zinc for your hair, for your immune system, for your heart, for your liver, for your lungs, for your skin. So everything has to be done in balance. Not too much and not too little. So 1 to 2 cups of water in a copper cup is enough for you. Or maybe 1 liter of copper water in a day is enough. After that, you got to move back to normal water. You find copper in cashew nuts, not the fried, deep fried, salted cashew nuts, just the plain old good roasted cashew nuts. You will find copper in that. You'll find them in potatoes. You'll find them in chickpeas, which makes hummus a beautiful food for skin and hair. I keep saying this. Hummus is a superfood. Make it at home. It's so easy. Every single ingredient that goes in hummus is a superfood. It's great for your hair. It's great for your skin. It's great for everything, including your muscles. You find it in almonds and you find it in mushrooms. You find it in nuts and seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. So basically nuts and seeds has to be part of your daily diet. You can soak them, you can add them to your salads, but nuts and seeds are required in your daily diet, not just for your skin, for your hair, for your immune system. It's for everything. Okay, walnuts. There's a beautiful scientific study that shows that walnuts stimulate melanin synthesis. We need melanin synthesis, especially when we're graying at an early age. So walnuts is a fantastic nut as well. Okay, now let's move to the next vitamin, which are your B vitamins. So sometimes your doctor or your dermatologist or your hair specialist or your nutritionist may put you on a B complex or B vitamins because they find you lack B vitamins. Without B vitamins, you will gray, and you'll have several other problems in the human body as well. So either you get it through a supplement or you find it in foods like yogurt, paneer, bananas, carrots, vegetable juices. I have a fantastic vegetable juice which contains B vitamins. It's good for your hair and your skin. Carrot, beetroot, cucumber, a little bit of ginger, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of turmeric, and a drop of olive oil or coconut oil. Because there are certain vitamins that are fat soluble. So you need to add a little bit of fat to your vegetable juices. And this is a fabulous, fantastic juice because the beet, nitric oxide that drives oxygen. We need oxygen to reach millions of hair follicles. And carrots and everything else that I mentioned contain all of the nutrients which have your B vitamins, your copper, and your other trace minerals, including selenium. Okay? The next, exercise. If you don't move, your blood circulation is poor. Your blood has to work against gravity to reach hair follicles, which is why we exercise. So besides your exercise, your breathing exercises, pranayama, deep breathing exercises are fantastic for your hair follicles and the health of your hair. Oiling your hair. This is an age-old practice across several civilizations in the world, not just India. And today, most people don't oil their hair. Simple coconut oil is great for nourishing your hair follicles. I particularly like something that works for a lot of our clients around the globe, and that's coconut oil with a little bit of fenugreek powder. So you have coconut oil, you add a little bit of methi or fenugreek powder and curry leaf powder. You can get curry leaf powder on Amazon, okay? Or if you grow a curry leaf at home, which is grown all across India, you dry them, you crush them, and you make a powder of them. But the simpler way, you can buy organic green curry leaf powder, and you add a teaspoon of fenugreek powder, a teaspoon of curry leaf powder to coconut oil, and you use that on your hair. It is nourishing for your hair follicles and great for the pigmentation. Okay, what else is good? Amla, which is your Indian gooseberry, very rich in vitamin C and trace minerals for your hair. You can eat it, or you even get shampoos, which are absolutely chemical free, and the base has hibiscus. It's got hibiscus, it's got amla, it's got something called bridgerang. Bridgerang is an Ayurvedic plant, and it is great for graying of your hair and whitening of your hair. We especially use these concoctions for our post-chemotherapy patients and radiation patients for their hair. Onion juice, we all know this. You have shampoos and you have oils today available in the market. Always read the labels. They should be paraben free, they should be SLS free, they should be chemical free. Whatever you're putting on your body gets absorbed into your bloodstream. Remember that. So you even get shampoos or you get oils that have red onion juice in. And this is fantastic for premature graying and whitening of your hair. Black tea, this is a favorite, and this is something that we learned from Chinese from Chinese medicine. So you make a cup of black tea, okay, and you let it cool, okay, and that black tea, you rinse your hair at a scalp level with black tea, okay. Now, the important thing to remember is after you use black tea, do not use shampoo immediately. It'll dry up your hair. You let the black tea remain in your hair and you only wash it off with water. The next day, after about 24 hours, you can use shampoo if you want to. What else do we need for premature graying and whitening of your hair? Vitamin D, very important. So sunlight or supplementation. Selenium, found in Brazil nuts and in the juices that we spoke about. And sleep. When you're sleep deprived, you age faster than you should. It's as simple as that. The science, the medical science connected between sleep deprivation and the graying of hair. So you can go and put all the chemicals on your head. You can do all the carrot juices and beet juices in the world. But if you are sleep deprived, you are creating inflammation in your body. You are creating weaker stem cells at every level of your body. Forget about your hair. You need stem cells for the prevention of most diseases today and for the recovery of diseases today. So your sleep is important. Smoking, the easiest way to damage your hair, to gray faster, to age faster. Smoking as well as passive smoking, equally bad. When you constantly bleach your hair or you're using harsh shampoos and conditioners that are filled with chemicals, learn to read labels. All these fancy shampoos and cosmetics which are packed, beautifully boxed, they're trying to distract you from what the ingredient list is. Learn to read ingredients because it is damaging your hair. It is making you age rapidly. Okay, now let's talk about white hair. We spoke about gray hair, and while a lot of it is similar, white hair is a little bit different. If you have white hair at a very young age, you want to check if you have an autoimmune condition. Go to your doctors, they'll prescribe the tests for you, especially if you have a Hashimoto's thyroid, or you already have lupus, or you have vitiligo, or you have eczema, or you have psoriasis, or you have multiple sclerosis. These are already autoimmune conditions, and if you find yourself graying with white hair, it could be an autoimmune condition called alopecia. There are many kinds of alopecia where your own immune system attacks your hair follicles, and the pigmentation reduces melanin, and that's why you have white hair or you have gray hair. So you want to check for these conditions. Like I said, we can accept graying and whitening of hair as we age gracefully, but also ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me? What deficiencies do I have? What lifestyles do I need to change? Stress causes white hair. Junk food, constant junk food. white sugar, white flours, inflammatory foods, if you are eating gluten when you're celiac or gluten intolerant, if you continue to eat dairy when you are lactose intolerant or lactase intolerant, this will cause immense inflammation and make your autoimmune condition worse, causing your alopecia or the whitening of your hair to get worse. Okay, thyroid. If you have hyperthyroid or hypothyroid, this can also cause or be an indicator of white hair. So if you have white hair at a young age, you also want to get your thyroid function checked. So you want to check with your doctor and get your thyroid function checked. Low vitamin B12, which most people have today. Low levels of B12 because you have gut problems. Vitamin B12 synthesis happens in the gut. So you may be taking supplements, you may think you're eating a great diet, but if you have poor gut health, you're not synthesizing B12, and that's a huge problem. You want to fix your gut. If you constantly have acidity, bloating, you have thrush, you have SIBO, you have gut dysbiosis, you have constipation, IBS, loose motions, unexplained, you have a gut problem. And that is interfering with the synthesis of B12, which is affecting your hair. And again, you have smoking. So before you start getting worried and looking for instant gratification and quick fixes, you have to slow down in life sometimes. You've got to address the root cause of the problem, okay? And everyone says, yeah, we have stress, but what are you doing about it? So my whole point is, if you find yourself graying before you really should start graying, or whitening of your hair rapidly, what is your body trying to tell you or inspire you to change in your lifestyle, your food, your exercise, and sleep? Before you jump onto all the chemicals, I don't have a problem with the medication and all the treatments you want to do. But remember, if you are only addressing the symptom, your results are going to be short-term, and the problem is going to continue over and over again. While you want a quick result, don't forget that you have to address the root cause of your problem at every single holistic angle. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.